Good morning, my dear listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is again Cynthia Concordia from Dream to Rise, and I have a special guest who's a Filipino. That's why I'm so excited. And he is a PT, DPT, OCS founder of Artizo LLC, men's pelvic health physical therapist from Northern Virginia, and he's a board certified orthopedic physical therapist specializing in men's pelvic health, performance, and full body recovery. His work is driven by a simple goal: helping men regain confidence, strength, and control above and below the belt. Ew, so kind of interesting. And then he earned his Bachelor of Physical Therapy from the University of Santo Tomas in the Philippines, my dear, and Doctor of Physical Therapy from Alabama State University. Wow. He has been practicing across the leading clinics in the US, from Illinois, Oregon, East Coast, and landing here in Northern Virginia, where I live, earning his orthopedic clinical specialist designation. And he saw a clear gap in men's healthcare. Men needed private, straightforward, and results-driven care for pelvic and performance-related concerns. And that led him to start the Artizo LLC, a one-on-one men's pelvic health practice based in Falls Church, Virginia. You know what? I would like to um, uh, share more about what he's doing, but I would just like to really focus on him now. So without further ado, because I'll be asking him a lot of questions as well. So he'll be sharing these things to you as well. So may I introduce you to our guest, Chris Dervin Fedalizo. Welcome, Chris. How should I call you? Chris or Dervin?
So hi, Tita Cynthia, or should I call you Auntie Cynthia? Mabuhay! Mabuhay
Mabuhay.
man, of
Wow, you're
all the...
making me old. I know I'm already old. In the Philippines, we call as a sign of respect, it's either ate, tita, and I know he's very young. He could be. How young are you?
Still on 30s, Auntie.
Oh, so you could be my son because I have a my daughter is 35, my son is
Mhm.
29. So, okay, it's up to
Yeah,
you. Uh-huh.
yeah. Tita, you can address me Chris or Dervin. My fellow colleagues call me Chris because everyone asks, what's your first name? And I always say my name is Chris. But growing up, I was my pet name or nickname is Dervin, and I
Oh,
will always remember and be proud of being called Dervin because of its origin. Dervin is from the cockfight in the Philippines. If
uh,
you remember, here in the
uh-huh.
US, we have the Kentucky Derby. In the Philippines, we have the cockfight Derby, and that's what my dad got. My mom and my dad got my name, Derby. And Chris is the referee of a Derby fight. So it's the Cristo sa Derby.
Oh,
So yeah,
wow.
you can address me Derby.
Dervin.
Thank
Okay, I will call you as
you
Dervin.
so much for
Oh,
inviting me here. This is actually my second podcast interview, but it's the first time I'm opening up fully about where everything really started for me. Not
yeah.
just the surface story of starting a business, but the deep emotional root. The moment my life cracked open, and I had to ask myself, what am I really doing with the time I have left? So today I want to be real, not just
Oh,
polished,
that,
not just
that's
inspirational,
great.
but honest. Because
That's
someone is listening might need to hear unfiltered version of my story.
wonderful,
Uh,
Dervin. I'm so glad that you are very vulnerable in sharing your story. And I'm sure a lot of our listeners will be able to relate and at the same time learn from you. learn
Right.
from us. And that's the main reason why I created the Dream to Rise podcast, because I want to uh, inspire and empower other people that, hey, there's truly light at the end of the tunnel. Despite
Right.
all the struggles we have went through, gone through, there is always hope, especially if God is with us. So let's start. So can you tell
Yeah.
us again what you have just mentioned, your story about yourself that brought you to where you are right now?
Right. Let's go back in the year 2024. I started noticing strange things in my body, tingling in my arms, headaches, back pain. At first, I brushed it off. I'm a physical therapist after all, and I thought it was just stress or overwork. But then I got an imaging and I read the words possible demyelinating disease. It was like a floor dropped out under me. I felt like I just had been handed a countdown clock. And suddenly everything in my life looked different. I asked myself, if this is all the time that I have, why am I playing small? That's when I decided, fuck it. I'm done waiting. I'm going to build what I've dreamed of. No more fear, no more holding back, no more postponing joy.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to take that action? I mean, to take that uncomfortable action.
The action in terms of moving forward and
Yes.
those kind. Yeah, I will definitely say that right there in that moment, I realized that life is short. My life, I'm vulnerable. My body is vulnerable. I can be gone anytime, anywhere. And for me to take the action, I did it right away. There's a voice inside me that tells me, hey, I have to work hard. I need to fight for my life. And then that's when I realized I have to reach out to people who are knowledgeable in this kind of disease, and that who will help me get through this.
So is this disease curable?
So the moment my partner and I found out, we were in Nando's restaurant. It's a very, it's a chain restaurant, it's a fast food. That's the place that we always love to go to. It's our comfort restaurant. My partner asked me is what is demyelinating disease? I told him it's love. I have progressive disease. It means that there's no cure.
Oh
It
my.
gets worse. I
Oh.
can only slow it down. And that's when we did not eat. We walked out. I broke down completely, crying and pacing, repeating the word over and over. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I felt like that I'm carrying the entire world with me and I just cannot hold it anymore. Yes.
So the thing that you're doing right now, is it the same treatment for those who are experiencing the same disease?
So in that moment, I'd like to my recovery, I would say, is I look at it day by day.
Okay.
I believe that there is something that I have to do each day to get myself back on my feet, working again, making myself healthy, eating the right thing, going to the gym and exercising. So I always make sure that I go to my appointments, I show up and don't miss any imaging that I have to go to. And one person who is really a vehicle of my recovery is my Auntie Jane. Auntie Jane is acupuncturist, and we always have a video call. From that time being, she reminds me that my disease is just a diagnosis and it should not define me. She asked me, how do I do? What do I eat? How much movement do I put it in my body? And that struck me, and it is a wake up call for me. And that makes me realize that I have to put things that I've been doing before on the side and stop doing it and be in charge of my body.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Wonderful. That's a major mind shift, no?
absolutely.
And it helps because me, whenever I tell my clients, you won't be, you have to start from your health and well-being. You need to be physically active. You need to focus on your health and mental and also the spiritual well-being.
Right.
Because the moment you are in your happy mood, in your positive energy, it's a lot easier for you to interact with other people and build connections and relationship.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, what was this the time you were still in the Philippines when you found out about this, right?
No, I'm already here in the US.
Oh,
I'm
you
already
already?
living in Northern Virginia.
Oh, I
I've
see.
been
So
here in the
with your
US.
partner here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
We've been here I've been here in the US for, I'd say 2011.
oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah,
And then how did you start this? What made you, I mean, because you want to help people, so you started with Artizo. And when did you
right.
start Artizo?
Well, when I realized that I have a short life to live, that night that I found out that I was sick, I just went home, went to my bed, and reached for one thing steady and small. And that's my Bible. I touched it, made the sign of the cross, and whispered, Lord, I cannot carry this alone. I grew up in the Philippines. I grew up in a Catholic family. Faith was always be part of my life. But that night, it became more personal. It became, I surrender myself to Him, not asking for answers, but just letting things go. And in that surrender, I felt a little bit of peace.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
And just like me, it was through God's guidance wherein I was able to overcome my struggle and now doing what I'm doing.
right.
Wonderful, wonderful, Dervin. And again, so when this your Artiso started when?
So I built my business legally 2 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, 2024, when I found out that I have that condition, I told myself I have to make a difference, have to make sure that I am leaving a legacy, not just for my name, not for my family's name, but a legacy on the profession of a physical therapy, ensuring that we are providing space for men in the community, at least in Northern Virginia.
mm-hmm.
There is a big gap between the patient and the uh, the surgery. When the patient gets diagnosed with prostate cancer, have to undergo surgery. Well, some needs to undergo active surveillance, some don't. They This man just don't know what to do. Someone needs to sit down with them, and that's what I provide. I provide a one-on-one 60 minutes full hands-on manual therapy where I just don't provide exercises. I provide real life conversations, strategies to help them move forward. I chose this kind of craft without insurance dictating me. I want the patient to understand that they are not alone. I am here for them. If I will be working with them throughout the journey. And that alone makes all my patients who had prostate cancer before the surgery and underwent the surgery felt that there's someone, a stranger, a healthcare professional who can be with them for a full hour to express whatever they want to express, and for me to listen to them. That's always a life changing in every session that I have. And again, it's not just about those who had surgeries, who had diagnosis of cancer. It's other men who cannot conceive their wife, have
Mm.
a kid, who man who is young and cannot handle uh, an exam because he needs to go to the bathroom. As simple as that. Those guys who had their first experience with sex and they're scared. That's when I come in and I listen to them. That's a beautiful of my job as a physical therapist and an Artizo LLC.
So, well, you mentioned several things that you can do to help the patients. What specific pelvic pain issues do patients face after prostate surgery? And how can therapeutic exercises help alleviate the pain?
Yeah. So in the physical therapy standpoint and in the pelvic floor itself, we always look at it, um, what do you call this? Locally and globally. I look at the patient first locally. If there are specific pain points, we call it trigger points. We call it in the Philippines lamig.
Mhm.
Those knots, those knots can trigger pain, can express themselves as pain. And you loosen them up. You want to stretch them. You have them to get to take them away. However, pain can be emotional.
Yeah, I agree.
And you have to address I have to look at them as a whole. I dig into them emotionally, mentally, to ensure where is this pain coming from, because pelvic floor muscles is a very unique kind of muscles. They are, you can voluntarily contract it. Voluntarily means you can squeeze your butthole and your penis, right? Let's make it more easy for public to say it, right? Um, so that they can hold their pee and poop to go to the bathroom, or hold their orgasm
Mhm.
before they reach their hold their ejaculations before they reach their orgasm,
So
or the other way around.
does
Yeah.
this apply only to guys? How about the ladies? Are your
Oh,
customers only guys?
I only pick men because we are underrepresented.
Oh.
Honestly, in my personal belief, I'm the only founder and a male pelvic floor physical therapist in here in Northern Virginia.
Oh, really? Wow.
There are, I agree on that. There are a lot of pelvic floor physical therapists. However, they are female who treats men.
Mm.
They are male pelvic floor physical therapists, but working for big hospitals, private outpatient companies. They are being limited because they are being dictated either by their work, by their bosses, by the insurance. the amount that service that you want, that I want to provide and they want to provide to their patients, it's being limited. And
I
that's something that you want to get rid of, because the more you limit yourself, the more to the service, the more you cannot help, man.
Do you think
Yeah,
guys would prefer to consult with guys? I mean,
absolutely.
really?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Huh?
absolutely. Let me go back on your question about female, if there are question. Kegel exercises
Yeah, Kegel.
started from 1920s or 40s, developed for pregnant women.
Uh-huh.
It was developed to help prevent urinary incontinence so that women cannot get wet. And back then, we already have a gender bias. Right? Back then, when men show weakness, it says a lot in their identity. And that is sad because men can be weak. Men are weak. Men are vulnerable. When we are in a closed room environment, they
Really?
cry.
Really?
I've
But
seen
how
clients,
come they don't show it? They
yeah,
don't show it to the even to their wives, even to their
absolutely.
partners.
Yeah. I want you to realize this one thing. When girls get together, you guys gossip. You guys gossip. You guys, yeah, I think so. We talk about little things about, oh, by the way, if you guys are, when you're pregnant, for example, when women get together, they share, oh, they get leakage. What did they do about this? How can we resolve this? Because women needs to serve not just as a mother, but also as a wife,
Uh-huh.
right? And for men, when we all get together, we talk about football. Who's playing,
Yes.
right? We're playing, yeah, we're Super Bowl is next week. We have to talk about it, right? How be an army game. Let's talk about that. We never, my clients who were veterans,
Uh-huh.
they they don't talk about leakage. They don't talk about poor performance in the bedroom with their wife.
Are they embarrassed
Oh
by
yes, they're embarrassed. It's because of the society, because of the stigma that putting it on them. So I believe they. I mean, we live in a patriarchy society way back. Even Egyptians, Pharaoh, right?
mm-hmm.
So I think um, it it will be hard to break down that.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as men know that there's a space for them, specifically for their need, specifically for them to talk about without embarrassment and shame without filters. Let's talk about peeing, pooping, and sex.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fun to talk about that because when we talk about, they just want to take it all out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
how can well, it really depends. For example, if you have a partner, it trust should come in first, no? Before they
absolutely.
get comfortable sharing. So
Hmm.
at least the partner should be vulnerable as well, so that
Right.
the guys will be able to follow. Now, I would just like to ask, can you share a success story where therapeutic exercises significantly improve a patient's quality of life post-surgery?
I have so many success stories. I
Mm-hmm.
have so many
Uh-uh. Or just give
life
one,
that
yeah.
has changed because of physical therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I I have three favorite clients. I
Okay.
have
Okay.
them one, two, three, and I will never forget them.
Okay.
One successful story that I love to everyone to know is there's this veteran who had prostate surgery 6 or 7 years ago, never had a formal training of physical therapy, never had sexual rehabilitation physical therapy because the lack of provide male providers, lack of awareness, education within that hospital, a federal hospital. There's lacking. And he found me when I was still working in my previous job. And I will always be grateful to Clinic, Jackson Physical Therapy Clinics, because of them, they were my vehicle to put me where I am right now. That successful. When he found me, we were working together for 3 to 4 months until I left. And
Oh,
until now, he has told me he has learned so many things about what does pelvic floor contraction feels like, specifically in that area, because he has experienced someone putting index finger inside his anus
uh-huh.
and have someone stimulated that muscle.
Oh,
Understand that this is your muscles. This is how you contract it. This is how you to fully contract it. This is how you relax it.
oh,
He had constipation issues for years. I I did dry needling on his buttocks and on his hips to loosen up the muscles surrounding the pelvic floor muscles. And he said, at that same night, he told me that he had a very successful evacuation
oh,
that he hasn't experienced
wonderful.
for years. So
Oh,
he was able to live a life where he can go spend time with his family and friends, to attend a funeral, stand there for a long period of time, enjoy the intimacy with his wife without fear of getting leakage, getting wet. He was able to go back on working out again. He was able to take care of himself without me. I think that's the best lesson that I could provide to all my clients.
wonderful. Yes,
Yeah,
that's a success story. Because what I always say is we are light warriors. We are here to share what we have learned, what we have experienced, and then let the other people sh- uh, do it on their own and probably later on be light warriors as well for other people.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. So, what is your goals or are your goals for the next 12 months?
I live by the moment since I found out what's going on me. Looking at 12 months from now, honestly, I want to travel. I want to
Uh-huh.
enjoy the world. I want to enjoy every places that I have not been, immerse myself in the culture, learn from these people, learn from the people who are living in that area,
Mhm.
taste every food that I want to eat, and share the knowledge that I have and the experiences that I have for the past 36 years of
Wow.
my life. It's it share, yeah, living the life to the fullest, sharing what I have to people who I meet, and ensuring to show up to the people who really cares about me, because that's something that I realized as well for the past year.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you don't know, no? There might be a time wherein when you visit a place, when you
Yeah.
share your story, here comes the customers also asking for information and tips, which
Mhm.
could help others.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Yeah. I
yeah,
think that's something that I've learned. I'm a people person. I try, I not I try, I always do my best to carry one business card to give away. every
Yeah,
time I go out because that business card can go far.
of course.
And
Let-
yeah,
Let's try to create that ripple effect. To
I agree. I agree.
yes, yes.
Like at this
So
moment, you were brought to me, you were introduced to me, and I will always be grateful about it.
I'm so
Uh,
thankful as well with Janine, and I haven't seen you yet in the what's this in our social collaboration network event. Hopefully, we'll get to meet in person, Dervin.
right.
And
Absolutely.
where do you usually attend? What event do you usually attend? The Fairfax, the Loudon, or
Oh, so I'm mentioning through a Filipino American Chambers
oh,
of Commerce.
so you're there.
I've met we've attended the leadership summit
Mm-hmm.
by the PACC last January. So that's how we get together.
Also, that's how you met Janine. And one time join the social collaboration network.
Absolutely. I'll be
Okay.
happy to show up and
Yes.
wear my shirt.
Yes.
Awareness is always the awareness is the first step for change, I should say.
Yes, of course. And
Mhm,
networking, what I like most is the networking thing. I won't be able to connect with you if I did not network with Janine
mhm,
or attend those events. So I always mention to other people, especially those that I'm coaching, go
mhm,
out, network, because you won't be able, because you don't know what opportunities are there in store for you.
mhm.
Always go out of your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Always selling yourself. I always sell myself. I I think
Mm,
selling yourself makes you realize your value. If you believe that you're worth 1 million, show that to the people that you meet. But stay by
humble.
but stay humble.
Yes.
Slowly humble. Your worth 1 million can be gone in a snap.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree with
Yeah.
you. So, what do you think would be the major blockage or roadblock for you from achieving your dream?
Ooh, oh, myself. That was a that's a quick answer because no one no one will no you cannot compete with anyone else. The people around you are your colleagues, your friends, your family. They're the one who supports you all throughout. The tragedy around you, it happens naturally. And you cannot stop that. The time you get that's not a blockage. That is
It's
natural,
already
right?
given to us,
It was
no?
all given to us.
Yes.
But the big blockage that anyone is facing is themselves. If they continue to have doubts, fear, not confident of themselves, it will reflect to them
Hmm.
and they cannot move forward. They cannot move. They cannot go up. They cannot go higher. They cannot help other people. So I think the moment you get out of your comfort zone, you should be telling to everyone that, hey, I'm here. Who's coming with me? I just learned one important lesson that I have learned. I've learned one important lesson. Can I say correctly? I have
Yeah.
learned
Hmm.
one thing yesterday, and they call it spotlight method.
Hmm.
Have you heard of spotlight
No,
method?
no.
So
Okay,
spotlight
share with
method
us.
is just like everyone else, we have a spotlight, correct?
Hmm.
Spotlight is the energy that you are giving to everyone.
The light you're giving. Yeah.
the knowledge, the skills, the experiences you are giving to everyone. So if you have that spotlight, you're giving it to everyone. And those people, they find you bright and shining, who are in the darkness, they'll come to you.
When
And
you
that's when you give more.
Yes.
On
When
the
when
other hand,
when you mentioned about the spotlight, it reminded me of what I always share. We have that 25-watt bulb
hmm,
in ourselves. And sometimes we always tell, oh, I only have a 25-watt bulb. Excuse me, when you put that bulb, 25-watt bulb in a dark room, there's still spark of light.
absolutely.
But you can change that 25-watt bulb to a 2000-watt bulb by overcoming all those limiting beliefs, those fears, doubts, past pains. Let go of the past pains. And then try to position that bulb not in a dark room or in in a place, in a room, while wherein you can, why not position it in a lamppost, so
hmm
that all those traveling in the dark may be guided by
Absolutely.
so they can also reach your destination.
It
And
all,
that's
yeah,
what.
it will all come back. I mean, history repeat itself. The North Star.
Uh-huh.
The three kings followed the North Star and they landed to Jesus Christ,
Yes.
which is the answer of everything. He gave his life for all of us to save us from all our sins. That alone, if you have fear, if you are sad, you're lonely, just think about that. The Lord is with you no matter what you do, and he will guide you wherever you go.
I agree. I agree. If
Mm,
you are in a situation you're so depressed and stressed out, if you
yeah,
hold on to God, He will always make a way.
absolutely.
Uh-huh. So before, I don't know if that's your advice, because before we end, I would just like to ask one simple advice to the listeners.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, before we end, I want to share something important.
Mhm.
I was misdiagnosed. I don't
Oh,
have, yes, I don't have demyelinating disease.
wonderful.
Yeah,
See?
but the fear, the grief, the awakening, all of that was real. That diagnosis did not destroy me. It woke me up. And because of it, I live differently now. I show up fully. I speak more honestly. I love more deeply. And I want others to do the same. And to the person listening right now, if you're in a hard place, if you're scared, exhausted, or wondering what comes next, let me say this to you. You don't need a diagnosis to wake up. You don't need a rock bottom to choose joy. You just need to start. Choose joy, choose truth, choose healing, and choose you.
Yes.
There's still time, and your story is not over.
Wonderful, wonderful. I love all those insights which you have given and
Mhm.
shared to our listeners, and I'm sure this gave them so much value. And I thank you so much, Dervin, for this wonderful time. The time you have shared with us. I know you're busy, but you've made time for the Dream to Rise to hear and listen to your story. And I really wish you all the best, Dervin.
Thank you so much, Paul. Um, this is always life changing, and you are doing very well in terms of providing platform to people like me who are starting. And this is not just a storytelling; it's more of a conversation, and and just like what you said, making your dreams to rise.
Yes.
And I want to say thank you. Maraming pong salamat at sana magkita tayo in person. Let's
Yes, I'm looking forward
for
to that, Dervin. Dervin,
Opo,
again, I am here to help those, especially for those who are starting. If this is one way, a medium, an instrument for me to help others really rise and shine, why not? I
opo.
also have my Dream to Rise inner circle. We meet every Monday. Probably I'll get in touch with you if you have that time to share what you do in my mastermind group. And that's another program that I have created. So, because this mastermind group is a group of people with from different with different ages, different experiences. And when we share, we learn from each other,
Absolutely.
having the same goal. Okay, thank you. And to our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. Wait till next episode. Again,
Yeah.
this is Cynthia Concordia from Dream to
Oh,
Rise.
oh, by the way, yeah.
Ah,
By the
how will
way,
they be
follow
able
me.
to connect with you?
Yeah,
Yes.
by the way, yeah. Follow me on Instagram. It's Dervin.Fedalizo, or you could just look Artizo. I also have my Facebook. It's Artizo. I also have my website. It's artizollc.com. There's actually a free 2-minute quick assessment where any man or a woman they can answer those free 10 questions. Those are private. Those answers are yours. I never get numbers or email address. So it's up to you. If you think you answered all those questions and if you think that you need some male pelvic floor physical therapy, you have the power to decide to change for your life. And don't
Wonderful.
hesitate to reach out if you need help.
Wonderful. Take advantage of this.
Yes.
It's a free assessment.
Thank
So
you. Yeah, I
at
agree.
least to see what your current condition is, and then let's move forward. If you need help, Dervin is here.
Right.
Okay, thank you
Thank
again,
you.
Dervin, and have a blessed day to all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.